Have you ever had a teacher who completely changed your life? A mentor who saw potential in you even when you couldn't see it yourself? This is a story about that kind of magic. At Rosewood High, Mr. Carter was a legend. He was the math teacher, kind, but with a gaze that told you he expected your best. He always had a piece of chalk in his pocket, a habit tied to his favourite saying, "A teacher, chalk, draws not just on the board, but on young minds." In his class was a boy named Liam. Liam was all smiles and energy, a star on the sports field, but a ghost in math class. Whenever Mr. Carter posed a question, Liam's eyes would dart to his desk, hoping to become invisible. Math just felt like an unbreakable code he couldn't crack. One quiet afternoon, long after the final bell, Mr. Carter found Liam alone in the empty classroom. He was just sitting there, staring at a test paper covered in red ink. A big, bold F was circled at the top. Liam braced himself for the lecture he was sure was coming. But Mr. Carter didn't scold him. Instead, a warm smile spread across his face. He pulled up a chair and said something Liam would never forget. "You don't fail when you make mistakes, Liam. You only fail when you stop trying." That single sentence was a turning point. From that day on, Mr. Carter became more than a teacher. He became a guide. He stayed after school every day, patiently working with Liam. He used sports statistics and game scores to make the numbers come alive. Slowly but surely, the jumbled equations started to click. The X's and Y's weren't enemies anymore, they were puzzle pieces. Liam didn't just start to understand math, he actually began to enjoy it. Years flew by. Rosewood High's halls echoed with new generations of students. And one day, a familiar face walked back into that same math classroom. It was Liam, no longer a student, but the new teacher. On his freshly polished desk sat a small, elegant box. Inside was a single piece of chalk and a handwritten note. It read, "Every great teacher starts as a student who was believed in. Keep the chalk moving." It was signed simply, "Mr. Carter." Liam picked up the chalk, feeling its familiar, dusty texture. He smiled, thinking of the man who had drawn a new future for him on an old blackboard. The lesson had become a legacy. The student had become the teacher. The circle was complete. Who was your Mr. Carter? Share your story in the comments below. And if this touched your heart, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a little inspiration. Thanks for watching.